So welcome to the shop. So behind me is the 1962 Olds Cutlass. So this is a car I picked up a couple of weeks ago, and it's all stock. It's a little rough, but it ain't bad. It's got a little bit of rust around the body. It's got the all original 215 cubic inch all aluminum Olds engine with the additional head bolts, so that's kind of unique. So basically it's a daily driver so far. I've had to do some tinkering. I bought it about 2 weeks ago. And, let's just say it barely ran, barely stopped, barely shifted when I got it. It's an automatic transmission. Couldn't tell you what the transmission is, but it works okay. Doesn't have a torque converter, kind of weird. And, but it does shift through the gears. So what we're going to do with this build is we're going to do a street freak project. Basically a street freak build, meaning that it's going to be more of a 70s inspired gasser that's kind of more in the realms of maybe more of a street poser than anything. But the whole goal with the car is to turn it into a car that looks like a gasser but maybe doesn't go like a gasser. It's going to make all the noise. It's going to have big wild graphics. We're going to figure something out. But we've named the car Marge. Actually, my wife named it accidentally because when I brought it home, she said, boy, that thing smokes more than Marge Simpson. And I got to thinking about it, and I'm pretty sure that Marge Simpson doesn't smoke, but who knows? I think her sisters pound the cigs like they're going out of style, but I don't know about Marge. But anyways, so we named it Marge. So Marge is going to get a whole street freak transformation. We're going to take the 215 cubic inch all-in V8 out. Hopefully I can make a few bucks on that. And we're going to put hopefully a big block Chevy. I'm okay with a small block too, but number one goal is going to be big block. Number two goal is going to be four-speed manual. If I can't find one of those for a deal, I really like to get in like an M22, M23 because big blocks, I mean, if I'm going to put a big block in, it's going to do big block stuff. Four-speed manual, and then if for some reason it doesn't work out, automatic, four-speed automatic will probably be the way to go. So then that way I can keep some nasty gears in it. So it's going to have 4 9-inch rear end. I've built a couple of those over the years, and I think I can get them set up fairly inexpensive. I've gone through a few trainings in my day too, so I'm okay with the automatics. Haven't done any manual stuff, but yeah, sounds like a great time to start. But basically, yeah, it's going to be nasty. She's going to be jacked up, man. We're going to get her jacked up in the front end, maybe a straight axle. I don't know. Maybe I'll just use the suspension that's in it. The idea is to get it done on somewhat of a budget. So it's probably going to be just like I think I'm going to tint some epoxy primer, maybe get something close to the factory color, which I think is kind of a light blue. She's got some miles on her. So go through that. 4 9-inch, probably I'm thinking like a 410 gear. I think that'll go well. If I go 4-speed manual with a big block, it's going to make plenty of torque, so maybe I'll think about like a 323 gear or 350 gear. It's going to have 29-inch tall tires. That's going to be the goal. 29 by 10 will be the goal. Probably going to end up in like a 27, 28-inch by 9 or 8. It's all good, But basically, it's going to be open headers out the wheel well. It's going to be wild. It's going to be a lot of fun. Ultimately, I'm going to put the kids in it and go get some ice cream, open headers. That'll be fun. We'll just see how deaf we can get everybody that drives in it. But so that'll be the next project documented. So not only that, we got the car probably 2 weeks ago. I may have mentioned that earlier, but we put quite a bit of work in it, and it's been driving reliable for the last couple of weeks. So I decided, what the hell? Let's take it back to the 50s weekend. So that's at the Minnesota State Fairgrounds. It's down in like St. Paul, Minnesota. I live probably a couple hours north of there. So it works out pretty good. And what it will do is it'll allow me to see some cars out on the fairgrounds that are, what could be street freaks, maybe see some inspiration out there, maybe get a little inspiration, see what's out there. Because, I haven't had an old car in quite some time. Well, we're all geared up, ready to go, going down back to the 50s, see if we can get some inspiration for the build. Some basic things I've done with the car since the last video. I've installed a couple of power points just to charge my stuff, just in case. Put a quart of oil in it, and that's about it. I just made sure that the transmission fluid was full. I made sure that the coolant was full. Really haven't done much else with the car. We've been driving it. We haven't had any issues, and we're all geared up. So we've got, we've got our all of our necessities. We got ourselves a cooler, some extra oil because who knows how much this thing's gonna burn, and then just some basic tools and stuff. There's actually back in there is a toolbox. We got some chairs and some extra coolant. Actually, that's just water. We'll call it coolant. We're ready to go, and like I said, the car hasn't been giving us too much issues, and we're looking forward. It's gonna be me and the wife, and so we're gonna video the trip down and check in as we drive down there. But again, just a reminder, we're going to Back to the 50s weekend, and the whole idea with this trip down there is to just get some inspiration and just drive the car and have some fun with it. So we're going down there, take a look at some gassers. Hopefully they got quite a few of them down there, and we will most definitely have some fun. So appreciate it, and we'll check in with you soon.